Well, howdy folks. So glad you stopped by. I got a little something that's been on my mind. Hope you stick around and listen to what I'm thinking about. But I warn you, hang on, because it might get a bit bumpy. Now I'm wondering, how do you feel about head scratchers? You're not sure what I'm talking about? Well, I call head scratchers the sorts of things that, at the very least, make me stop and scratch my head and say, damn, ain't that something? So this morning, I woke up with one that's got me going. Did you ever stop to realize that we're never in that thing some folks call the now? You can't do what some folks tell you you're supposed to do, which is to be present in the now. By the time you think about being in the now, it's gone. All sorts of reasons why it's true. You can trust me on this one. So what's a fella to do when all I want to do is be in the here and now with the them now folks, but can't ever catch up? I suppose it's possible those folks have some sort of interdimensional portal they can jump in and out of, but they aren't sharing it. Heck, I've even checked on Google and Amazon. Now from what I can find, well, what I found is there's nothing of the sort to be found out there anywhere. I suppose, in my case, that's a good thing. I'm certain, real certain, I'd want one. And I'm sure I don't have the cash and credit combined to afford one. What got this all started is reading one of those rah-rah things that talks about being a better me now than I was then. You know, did you get just 1% better than you were, sort of thing that they talk about? Well, it got me to thinking, and the fact, as I see it, is I'm always in the then. There ain't anything instantaneous about us, even if some of those gurus and experts talk like there is. Now heck, folks, whether we ever think about it or not, we have to wait to realize something's happened to us in our lives. Thinking takes time. Thinking takes time to happen. Might be an instant of an instant, but it takes time. And then we have to think about thinking. Yes, sir. Everything takes time to happen, and so before we realize it, now is often gone into then. So this all got me thinking about being a better me now than I was then. I hope you can see the challenge I'm facing right now. If there's never a now, is there a reason for trying to be a better me in the now? I admit that thinking about that sort of thing dang near makes my head hurt. Trouble is, saying being a better me then than I was in the before then doesn't have much market value. Pretty sure of that one. Then again, I'm not sure why I'm thinking about such a thing as market value, since I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. Hell, that selling folks stuff got me in trouble way back in the then. I suppose it didn't help trying to sell something I didn't believe in, but that was me then, trying to do what I thought was right for everyone except me. But I guess that's the way those folks trying to tell everyone that there's a now and they're supposed to be in it, well, they think about things like that. Selling some unreal now to the unsuspecting. The more I think about it, the more I suspect what folks are searching for is reality. Maybe figuring out that reality has always just happened whether we're ready for it or not might help them out. Maybe. Everything about all of it is reality, but it's always the reality of then and never can be about the now. Looking at all of this as trying to be a better then now. Told you it was going to be a head scratcher. Looking at all of this as trying to be a better then now than you were then might be a more scientifically accurate way of trying to describe things. And I know we're all about science around here. Of course, doing that sort of thing might make heads hurt a bit if you understand what I'm saying. Still, I gotta admit that in my way of thinking, I kinda like it. Trying to be a better me then than I was then sorta has a ring to it in my thinking process. I can see it now. I could make up a t-shirt that says, I'm a better then than I was then. Bet I'd get some weird looks with that one. The thing is, I do want to be a better than me than I was in the before then. So what am I going to do with all this head scratching thinking I'm doing just now? To be honest, I'm not at all sure. My first thought is to get out a t-shirt and write up just those profound words of mine on it. It might make a good tattoo, but I'm not into that sort of thing. No, I'm never going to be a better me in the here and now because, like it or not, now is then before we can ever catch it. It might not sound like it, but for me, it uncomplicates things just a bit. Listening to those gurus and experts saying I need to be in the now, be in the moment, has always frustrated the hell out of me. I could never catch up with the now, the moment, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm not sure where this all is gonna go, but I do know it'll all be gone by the time I get there. Maybe trying to catch up with now is a good way for some folks to live their lives. But I think I've decided I'm going to live in the then. The thing is, I'm going to look at trying to make all my thens at least a bit better than the before thens. I think it's worth a try. I know the here and now is where a lot of folks think they want to be. But for me, I think I'm going to stay in the then of now. And if you're still chasing the now, I'll be here in the then, waiting with a beer or maybe some coffee, depending on the hour of the day. So, won't you be good to others, be better to yourself. Drop a pebble in the now if you can ever catch it. Let's make this journey unfinished and unforgettable. Happy trails.